Hello and welcome to Iridium Rock and Metal Reviews, and we're going to carry on today with 80s ballads. And I've got with me the what can I call it this time? The dynamic duo, I suppose. I don't know. So yeah. Again, we could have loads of these programs. We're going to talk about our favourite 80s ballads in no particular order, not the best to worst or anything like that, just our favourites. And we're going to go this time with Mark. So Mark's going to go first, then Darren, then myself.
All right, first up, Dawkins from the live Beast from the East album in 1988. They included one new studio track on this album called Walk Away. It was a pretty big hit on MTV back in the day. They had a video for it. Really good power ballad. Dawkins, definitely in my top 5 bands of all time. Don Dawkins' voice at this point in history was at its peak.
Oh, yeah. Man.
George Lynch on guitar, and what can I say about George Lynch on guitar? Just a great song. Love it.
Yeah, man, I love Don Dawkins' voice. Well, obviously, there's been a few things about him now with his live performances, but he's going through a lot of problems as well. But back then, I mean, man, he had such a different voice as well. It was so sort of like really melodic, sort of sang a lot different, didn't he, than the other singers at that time?
He had that vibrato. That kind of set him apart from a lot of the 80s singers. He was, in his day, he was at the top of his game. He was great.
Similar to Klaus Meine, because I mean, there's some connections there as well, isn't there, with Klaus Meine, and he was going to be on the Blackout album. I don't know if you know that. He was going to actually sing that because Klaus Meine had problems with his voice. So he was actually going to be the singer on the Blackout album. Yeah, very similar, that sort of tone. Good choice that, though, mate. Excellent choice. Right, Darren, go on then, mate.
All right, so, my first up, I'm going with an English rock band who don't get enough praise, in my opinion, band called Magnum, and I'm going with a song from their 1986 album, Vigilante. It's a song called Need a Lot of Love. So I thought it was quite a poignant song for the week that's in it with all the politics in the news, because this is a song reflecting on political decisions and political divisions over the years. It's, I pulled out a couple of the lyrics here from it. A soldier cut loose in Saigon. He used to be a farmer, just like anyone. Even to his father, he's a violent son. Or just other ones. Someone built a wall in Berlin, not to keep them out, but to keep them in. A permanent reminder of what's happening. Just a great band, Magnum. This is an absolutely glorious ballad. And I would say one other thing about it. Check the album cover, because it's a brilliant album cover as well on that particular album, Vigilante. But Need a Lot of Love is my first one.
I think I remember the album cover. Has it got a horse on it? Or am I wrong?
Yes. Yeah, well, almost like a, what's the name of the horse with like the thing of it? Like a
unicorn. Like a unicorn.
Like a unicorn. Yeah, like it's that kind of, it's kind of a fantasy looking album, but it's really, really cool album cover. And that song from that is the best from it. And it's Magnum's best song as well, in my opinion.
And they're going now as well, aren't they? They're still making music now. So, I believe. So,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm supposed to see them this year.
Great choice, mate. Brilliant choice. So my first choice is a band that I did a top 10 with on this channel, and that's Y&T, formerly known as Yesterday and Today, and Winds of Change from the Black Tiger album, 1982. So Y&T, they had a catalogue of amazing albums in the early 80s. For me, starting with this one. And this is like an album closer, and it's a real epic ballad that builds and builds and builds. Dave Meniketti, man, he's one of the best singers about, and his voice is still strong now. I've seen a few YouTube videos of him actually performing this song with the band now, and he's still got a really strong voice. And he's a guitar hero, as if there was any. Some real, on this especially, there's a part before the guitar solo starts, and it goes quiet as if the song's going to end, and he just comes in one of the best guitar solos I've ever heard. And the meaning of it, I think it's just trying to find happiness in life, basically. I think that's what it's about. So it's a brilliant song, and it comes on now, and it still feels as fresh as it did when I heard it in 1982. So that's my my first choice, Y&T.
Good band to kick off with, Lee.
Yeah.
Kitty, he's one of those like Michael Sweet. He's a double threat. He's as good a singer as he is a guitarist.
Yeah, Yeah, he's guitar. Yeah, you're right. Guitar and singing, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right, okay then, mate. Mark, you're up.
All right, Darren, this one's for you, buddy. In the first video you gave us, Foreigner, I Want to Know What Love Is, and I mentioned there was another song on that album that I liked even more. And I'm going to go as far as to say it's my favorite Foreigner song ever, and it's called That Was Yesterday.
Oh, I love that song.
Love
man.
that song.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. It could have been a bigger hit than it was.
Damn it!
To this day, it just still gives me chills when I hear it.
Mate, that's a brilliant song. An absolutely classic. I love it. I love that song, man. What can you say about it? It's a brilliant song. I'm sure Darren can say a lot about that.
Well, how long have we got? We haven't got that long. I'll just keep going and going and going and going. So, no, brilliant song. And every time Mark picks a song I want to pick, I'm just jealous. Good one. Very good. Love that.
Yeah, it's an excellent choice, mate. Brilliant song. Okay then, mate. Darren?
Okay, so for my second one, I'm going with a fellow Irishman, former guitarist for Tin Lizzy. I'm going with Gary Moore and a song from his 1985 album Run for Cover, a song called Empty Rooms.
Oh,
and
yeah.
For me, this is just a great track. It's a song about the breakdown of a relationship. A house that was once a home is now an empty shell, and that's almost like a physical manifestation of where the relationship is or what he's singing about. So you've got empty rooms where we used to have love, and so the house is a shell, the relationship is a shell of what it was. And you know, Phil was obviously the lead singer of Lizzy, and Gary's just an incredible guitarist. But it's great hearing Gary sing a song like this, and you get his trademark guitar to boot, all in one song. It's just a beautiful song, beautiful lyrics, and fantastic musicianship from Gary. Empty Rooms.
Yeah, it's a great track, man. I love that song. I really do. It brings back a lot of memories, that one for me. A lot of memories. Brilliant choice. My second one is a band called Kill. I don't know if any of you heard of them. K-E-E-L. So they were an 80s band.
Yes.
Ron Kill was the singer. They was one of these bands that Gene Simmons at a Kiss, he produced this album that this song came off of. He had a lot to do with quite a few bands in them days. Another one was Black and Blue, I think, and he sort of got his hands in lots of pies when it came to new bands. And the song is called Tears of Fire, and it's on the Raised on Rock album, 1986. It's my favourite album. It's the third album from them, the first one that Gene Simmons produced. He's got such a distinctive voice, Ron Kill. You know, usually really got on the heavier stuff, but this was a great ballad. Another band that were probably on the cusp, like we talk about bands on the cusp of being big, never quite getting there, you know, and I think Y&T were probably one of them, and Kill along with them. There's like a really cool keyboard running through this song, and well, there's a twin lead solo, so why wouldn't I love it? Do you know what I mean? There's a twin lead in it, like the whole solo is twin lead. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, that's it. A really cool 80s ballad. There's nothing more I can say. Have a listen to it, guys. You'd love it. That's my second choice.
Man, you love a twin lead guitar.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Brilliant.
All right then, mate.
I actually met Ron Keel about 10 years ago at a KISS convention.
All right.
He performed, did an acoustic set there, and he walked around in the audience. I got to talk to him for a little while. Got him to sign a Steeler CD cover. And he was in Steeler with Ingve Malmsteen.
Yeah.
He's been around. He's a great singer and pretty nice guy.
Good. Yeah, it was a great band, man. That was a really good band. All right then, Mark, you're up.
Okay, Lee, you and I have, in that Black Sabbath video we did, we talked about buying albums just for the cover. I don't expect either one of you guys to have ever heard of this band, but just take a look at this cover. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The band is called Sacred Right. They're from Hawaii. They were a group of teenagers. I discovered them in 1986. The name of the album, this is the actual CD cover. And then they used the same artwork for a compilation they put out later. But they were a band of teenagers from Hawaii, of all places. But they were amazing band. Maiden meets Rainbow kind of vibe. Way I can best describe it. But there's a song on here called I Will Survive. Definitely a power ballad type song. Great band that never hit the mainstream, and unfortunately not a lot of people know about them.
I've never heard of them, mate.
No, you got me on that as well. But look, again, this is going to be like the Spotify list. I've been listening to the songs you guys picked out the other day. I've been listening to them all week, so I'm looking forward to catching a couple of these after this.
This poster, we used to have an independent record store here back in the 80s. All he sold was underground metal and punk and stuff you couldn't get anywhere. He had a poster of this on the wall. And I just remember walking in, seeing that poster and just saying, I've got to buy that. Had no idea what they sounded like. I just bought it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, that was an important part of it back then, wasn't it? Album covers was mad. It was just I was the same as you. Sometimes bought an album just on the cover, but it's a great choice. I can't wait to hear it. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be on Spotify. Hopefully it is. If not, I'll try and find it on YouTube. But yeah, no, it's great. Right, Darren.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys know Mark Free, better known as Marcy Free now from Unruly Child and King Cobra.
Yeah.
Mark or Marcy now back in '89 had a project called Signal, and they had a album called Loud and Clear, and there's a track from that which I'm going with called Could This Be Love, and this is AOR gold, and it's just a perfect ballad for a video like this. I love Marcy Free's voice. Just no matter what band, doesn't matter, smashes it every single time. Lyrically, it's just a love song, but it's melodic and as good as anything, Lee, that we would have called out with FM in our FM video. Good as this album is as good as anything FM would have done, and this song is up there with any AOR song FM would have wrote or released. Could This Be Love? The band never went anywhere after that. It was just a one-off project. I don't know. Maybe it's like what you were talking about in your last on your last choice. Sometimes it just doesn't happen for a band for whatever reason. They don't get a push from a record label. They don't get the backing. They don't get the funding. Maybe it's the wrong time. It's '89. You know, AOR. We're heading into the '90s. Maybe it wasn't the right time for them. But that album by Signal is just brilliant. And Could This Be Love is a great ballad from it. So
I like some of the King Cobra stuff, man. I really did. And I've heard his his solo album was really good as well, but I never got to hear it. Long Way From Home, was it called, I think? Apparently that was a classic AOR. Yeah, apparently. I've heard bits of it, like a long time ago, heard little bits and really impressed with that. So I might have to, now you mentioned it, might have to start listening to that. That's a great choice though, man. It's a brilliant choice. My next choice, I'm sure you both heard of this band called Tesla. One of my favourite bands. And I've chosen Love Song from the Great Radio Controversy, their second album. I love Tesla, man. They are such a fantastic band. What I really loved about this band was they came on the scene in the middle of the hair metal, scene with Poison and Rat and all that. But they just turned up with like their jeans and t-shirts on and played rock and roll. You know what I mean? But they're really so soulful and still going now, really strong. This is like their signature song, if you like. They play it every time. It's a crowd pleaser. It's got like a lovely little acoustic bit at the beginning before it kicks in, and then when it does kick in, it's a really sad, melancholy sort of start. But it's really uplifting towards the end with the lyrics. Like basically love will find a way. So it's about losing love and then finding love again. And it conquers everything. It's an amazing song. It's sort of another one again that builds and builds and builds. And sometimes it's best to hear this one live because it really gets the crowd going. I love Tesla. Always have done. And I think they still produce great music. So that's my third choice.
Mark, did you tell me today that you saw Tesla they opened for Def Leppard?
Yeah. It was
good friends.
87. Def Leppard had a stereo. They had Mechanical Resonance. I saw them twice on that tour. It was amazing. They were really hard. They were a hard act to follow. After Tesla left the stage, you kind of felt like you'd already been to the show, but she still has Leopard. Yeah, they were amazing. I
Yeah, they're really good friends, man, with Def Leppard. They did a song dedicated to Steve Clark as well after he died, and Phil Collins has produced their latest album as well. So there's a lot of ties with Def Leppard, a lot. Yeah, great band,
yep.
Great band. Well, man, that's my third choice. Back to Mark.
Okay, from the land of the rising sun, Loudness.
Oh,
Hurricane Eyes album in '87. Akira Takasaki, this guy on my shirt here, is one of my all-time favorite guitarists. He's just a guitar wizard. Loudness blew my socks off the first time I heard them, and I've been a fan ever since. They're still active in Japan, not doing so much in the rest of the world right now, but they're still putting out music, and he's as good a guitarist as he ever was. And the song on this album that I picked is called So Lonely. Great power ballad.
great, man.
Mark, I would give up my Spotify subscription for life just to have one route through your record collection.
I know. It's mad, isn't it? It is really mad. It's
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Okay. Back to you,
Brilliant. Okay, I'm going 1982. I picked this band before in our first video, but I'm going to go with Survivor again from the Eye of the Tiger album, 1982. This time with Dave Bickler instead of Jimmy Jamison, and the song I'm going with is Ever Since the World Began. Obviously, this song would be well overshadowed by what happened on that album. We all know what happened on that album. It was the big one for them. But you've got Jim Peterick and Frankie Sullivan again. Man, you know what? Jim Peterick and Frankie Sullivan, what a potent songwriting team they were. You know, just unbelievable songwriting team for anyone who's into melodic rock or this kind of genre. Now, I prefer Jimmy Jamison with the band, but this song, Ever Since the World Began, with Bickler singing it, is as good as anything that they released with Jamison. Be either on an album or a single, this is as good as anything they've done after it or before. Just stunning ballad, absolutely brilliant, gorgeous song. Oh, and it starts with this. I'll just melodically I'll talk about it a little bit. It starts with this great piano hook, and it's bookended with the same piano hook. So either side of the track, just a beautiful melodic ballad. Absolutely adore it.
I'm a bit of a latecomer to Survivor, but I think Mark's a big fan of Survivor, aren't you, mate?
Yeah. I don't follow them so much anymore, but back in the day, I was a big fan.
Yeah, it's a great choice, man. It's a really great choice. So, right, my next one is from Rainbow. So, surprisingly enough, not the Dio Rainbow, because you know what I think about Dio, but I've gone for the Jolene Turner Rainbow. So, from Straight Between the Eyes album, 1982, and Stone Cold. You know what, man? Yeah. Jolene Turner. And I know that, you know, Richie Blackmore, I mean, he's not one of my favourites, but I can understand why he is a lot of people's favourites. But what I do like about Richie Blackmore is when he gets these different singers in the band, what he does with musically with Rainbow, what he's done to suit each singer. I mean, Jolene Turner, what a soulful voice. What an absolutely soulful voice, and a complete sort of change around of sound, you know, from what they was before. Stone Cold is just an excellent ballad amongst lots of excellent ballads that Jolene Turner did with Rainbow. I just love his voice, man. I just can't get enough of it. It's such a soulful voice. I mean, I think I just love, I know it's an overplayed song if you like, but I think I Surrender, I know we're going off track a bit, is probably my favourite Rainbow song, and that's got Jolene Turner on it. It's such a brilliant vocal performance. Yeah. And I think the vocal is the best part of that actual song, Stone Cold. I just love his voice, man. It sounds a bit like Foreigner, I think. You know, when I was listening to it again the other day, I was having a little listen. Stone Cold has a lot of Foreigner sort of sounds to me. That's how it sounded to me, but a great track. I mean, I wasn't impressed with all their albums. Rainbow, I don't think was consistent enough album-wise for me. But they had great tracks, you know, fantastic tracks, especially singles. Their singles were just amazing, you know. But they had a few fillers That's the only thing I would say about Rainbow. But there
You
go.
kind of picked and choose. You kind of picked and choose what you want from them. That kind of band, Lee, as opposed to buying every album when it came out, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I had the albums, but I would skip. Do you know what I mean? It was a bit of a thing, I think, in the 80s. A lot of bands, their best songs were sometimes their singles. I can name quite a few bands that their singles were really strong, but other songs weren't so much. I mean, Saxon, you obviously heard of Saxon. Their singles were really, really strong in the 80s, but a lot of fillers as well, as far as my opinion, obviously. But whereas now, a lot of bands now that I like, more modern bands, I think their best songs are not singles. It's sort of changed a little bit.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But that's my, I think that's my fourth choice. So we're on to number 5 now.
Yeah. Okay. I just mentioned Loudness. One of the top 3, I've been fortunate enough to see a lot of concerts in my younger years. One of my top 3 concerts of all time was Stryper headlining in 1987. And they also had on that bill with them, they had Loudness and they had TNT.
Oh, yeah. I love TNT, man.
TNT,
Yeah.
Tell No Tales album, again from 1987. 87 was a hell of a year for music, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But the song on this album that I picked called Northern Lights. Just a great song that, again, never got any exposure. Love early TNT. Love them.
What a great voice as well, man. Tony Harnell as well. Still sings amazingly. There's another ballad on there, but I'm not going to mention it because we might use that in a future episode. But I thought you was going to say that one, but we won't mention the name of that.
I was actually supposed to go see Michael Sweet had a solo tour booked for this year that was canceled by COVID, and Tony Harnell was going to join him on that tour. And I was so looking forward to that. And they scheduled 2 dates. Both of them got canceled.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I don't know when they'll do it, but I hope when the time is right, they'll do it. I'm really looking forward to seeing those guys again.
So tell you what I would have liked to have heard, Tony Harnell. Sorry, mate. I would have liked to have heard Tony Harnell with Skid Row. He was with Skid Row, wasn't he, for like a really short period of time. I'd love to have heard some music come out with Tony Harnell singing. I really would, but it wasn't to be there either. What was you going to say, mate? Darren?
I was just going to say, I feel your pain there, Mark, because I was supposed to see Magnum, who I've already mentioned in this video this year, Guns N' Roses, Foreigner in Vegas. I had a load of gigs lined up, but it's just
man,
heartbreaking. I just don't get to see them. Anyway.
I think we're up to you, Darren.
Good choice.
It was a good choice. Very good choice.
I'm gonna go melodic rock again and another ballad. Lee, this is a band we mentioned on our, again, bringing up our FM video, but this is a band who have cult status in the AOR world, a band called Strange Waves. And I'm going from a song from their first album, Native Sons. I'm going with Goodnight LA. So we mentioned these in the FM video. Just vocals, guitars, percussion, synth. This song has it all. Just a great ballad from a brilliant cult AOR band. You mentioned to me on the FM video, this band is known in it may not be well known in broader terms, but in AOR circles, Strange Ways are they're kings of the genre. So the lead guitar by Ian James Stewart as well, just then the sense into the final chorus, just too good. This Goodnight LA, and I said on an FM song that one of them songs should be used in one of them modern TV shows like Glow or I don't know, like Stranger Things or something. This is another one. Use this song, Netflix. It's just brilliant. Brilliant ballad.
Yes,
brilliant ballad,
choice, man.
Brilliant song, brilliant band.
Excellent choice. This next one could have been chosen by either of you, so I'm going to get it in quick just in case. So it's Kiss. So I've chosen 1,000,000 from the Lick It Up album, 1983. So, oh man, I just love this one. This is another one. I mean, it is definitely a ballad. Don't. I mean, you've got to agree with me on that, and you both know 1,000,000, don't you?
Yeah.
It's such a, even though it's not fully like slow as in a slow ballad, it's very melancholy, it's very sort of sad sounding. Paul Stanley's vocal, I mean, I love it. I'd much prefer Paul Stanley singing. I'd rather have had him singing all the Kiss songs, in my opinion. Like, I'm not talking Peter Criss or anyone like that, but I'm talking him or Gene Simmons. I prefer Paul Stanley miles over Gene Simmons. I just love his voice on this. He's sort of, I can't believe it wasn't a single. I was looking into it. I thought it would be in a single. It really sounds like, it's really so melodic. But I think there was only a couple of singles. I think one of them was Lick It Up, obviously. I can't remember what the other one was. But yeah.
Crazy Nights, wasn't it?
Nah, you know what? I can't even remember.
No,
I think, you did say All Hell's Breaking Loose? Yeah. Midget in the video. I remember, there's a midget. I think this is, I'm sort of like listening to the lyrics of this one. It makes me laugh. It's sort of Paul Stanley, sort of, I don't know if he's that he's trying to be strong in a breakup, or he just fancies himself that much. He's sort of saying, you know what I mean, you're never going to have anyone like me. I can't really make it out. It's sort of a bit of both. It's a bit strange, but it's a brilliant song. It's probably my favourite one off that album, off that Kiss album, 1,000,000 to 1. Brilliant song.
That's the ballad, but it's a ballad with teeth.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Right, I think we're going to be on we've got 9 minutes left, so we might even be able to get 2 in. Definitely 1 though. So, Mark, you're next.
All right.
Oh, cool.
Without repeating Lee, I'm going Tesla, Changes, Mechanical Resonance.
Oh, man.
1986. I love that. That's by far my favorite Tesla album.
Yeah.
Some of the others I kind of got away from, but that one, to this day, I pull it out, very regularly and give it a listen. That's a great album all the way around. And that song is one of my favorite ballads.
Darren, when I put that on,
Brilliant
when I put that on the Spotify list, I don't know if you've heard Changes. That'd be one of your favourite songs you've ever heard in your life, mate. It's absolutely brilliant. It is a brilliant song.
Okay. I'm not going to wait for the Spotify list. I'm playing it straight after this call.
Oh, man. Piano at the beginning. Yeah. Atmospheric. Piano led at the beginning. The voice, man. Oh, I love that song. It's a brilliant song.
I'm all over it. I'm all over it after this call, for sure. Definitely.
Right, you're next, mate.
Okay, I'm going with a former lead singer of the band Kansas, but he has a solo project here with his brother Dino. I'm going for John Elefante, song from 1985 called Young and Innocent. As I said, it was a collaboration with his brother Dino, but it was a song that they had on I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie back in the day, St. Elmo's Fire.
Yes.
It was this was from John on that soundtrack, and boy, what a chorus! What a chorus! It's one of them songs, Young and Innocent, just brings you back to your youth, brings you back to a time in your life, carefree. All you really had to worry about was, I don't know, how you were going to get a girl's phone number, or how you were going to get someone to go into the off license to get you some beer. It was back to that kind of, you're 16, 17, and a song like this from that soundtrack is just brilliant in my opinion, and such a great ballad.
Brilliant choice, mate. I've seen the film, but I can't remember a lot about it, to tell you the truth, but I did see it years and years ago. But I can't wait to hear some of these songs.
The film is shit. The film is shit. The song is great.
Right. Okay. I'm going to go for one of your favourite bands again. So I'm going to get in there quick. Journey. Going back to Journey. I know it's a bit, but I'm going for. I was thinking I could have done 1 or 2 of these, but I've gone for Send Her My Love from Frontiers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Amazing. And you know what? I mean, I wasn't a big simp fan back in the day, but there's simps all over this song. And I think sometimes just Steve Perry's voice, he could sing anything and you would just love it. Do you know what I mean? He just puts something over any song he sings. It's like even I said to you, didn't I, Darren, on our little Journey top 10, this had a sort of like a weird sort of sort of futuristic sound, this album. I don't know why. I think it was the album cover as well, but this song did, this song did as well.
Yeah.
Excellent vocal, haunting, really haunting. I think it's about saying goodbye to someone you're still in love with someone. That's all I can figure it out. as being, but I could have chosen a load of Journey songs, but that was the one I chose. Right. I know you like that one, Darren. And you, Mark. Right. We've got 4.5 minutes left. So we can probably get one more in quickly.
Okay.
Should we do one more honorable mentions? Which do you think?
Well, I think we're going to have another show, aren't we? So maybe keep them for your next show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll squeeze one more in quick.
One more.
All right. I'm going Cheap Trick, The Flame from 1989. I can tell Darren appreciates that.
Tune, what a tune! What a tune! Great choice.
My all-time favorite Cheap Trick song by far.
Oh. Brilliant, Mark. Absolutely stunning choice.
Well done, mate. Right, Darren, you're up.
All right, I'll rattle through this. I'm going with what happened to the guys 2 years after your choice, Lee. I'm going with Bad English, Jonathan Cain, Neil Sean, Dean Castronovo, John Waite. I'm going When I See You Smile from Bad English. Absolutely great. I love John's voice, man. And you've got Neil behind it. Love Dean Castronovo. Dean Castronovo has a great voice, great on drums. Bad English, When I See You Smile. Absolute top ballad for me.
Man,
look, it's commercial, but you know what you're getting from me on these choices. I like it.
I love that album, man. I'm going to be definitely having one of them on a future show, though. I will be choosing another ballad off that album. It's a brilliant album. Right. My last one is Scorpions, and I think I chose Scorpions in their 70s, but this is Scorpions, When the Smoke Is Going Down from Blackout, 1982 album, my favourite Scorpions album. To think that Klaus Meine, like I said earlier on, was undergoing surgery before and nearly didn't sing on this. What a great voice. They're, like I said before, so good at ballads. They bring light and shade to acoustic and electric. They really take you to places, Scorpions. They take you to places that, you know, when you hear music and you think of places you've been, I absolutely love it. Almost a psychedelic sort of guitar sound with the solo, which is so cool. Really atmospheric song. And I think it's about missing the crowd. When you've been on tour, you miss the touring and the crowd and the fans and all that. That's what I can make out what the song's about. So that's it. It's a brilliant show, man. And we got 7 in each. That's pretty good, isn't it? Right.
I can keep going. I can keep going here.
Well, we can't. We've run out of time, but we will have another show. We'll have another show very soon. We'll arrange that. But to everyone out there, I hope you like the show. I know you are enjoying the ballad shows. I haven't had many comments about your favourite ballads, you guys, but you know what? Just let us know what they are. And when we can add them to the Spotify list of the ones we don't know, you know. So, and I'll leave a link to our Spotify list underneath this video. So I'll see you next time.